Hi guys, welcome to the first video of my channel Sayan'sTechSlack, and here I will share with you today my experience of giving the AWS Solution Architect Professional Examination and clearing it. Okay, so I have received many pings, individual pings or messages in LinkedIn and in other social connects, like to share my experience for the aspiring guys. So I thought, why not prepare a video and then circulate it so that the guys who are aspiring shall have a look into it, and they can prepare themselves. Or I think what can be more better than myself helping out the other aspiring guys. Okay, so first, see, choice of study material. That is a very important thing that you have to do. I will recommend Adrian Cantrell's course for those who are aspiring for the AWS Solution Architect and Professional certifications, because that course will start from the very basics, and believe me guys, take my word for it, the very basics of networking is required for pursuing these two certifications, that is Solution Architect and Solution Architect Professional, and your Solution Architect, the intermediate level and the professional level. So I have seen, like, many individuals are coming from non-networking background, or they are having very less exposure to the networking basics, due to which they find the VPC portion of, I think, the virtual private cloud portion of this particular certification very difficult, because it is the networking fundamentals which you will require for those VPC sections, like what are internet gateways, what is a virtual private gateway, how does a route table function, how does a packet is transferred from one network to another, how are packets transferred when in an intra-network versus when in an inter-network. So for these things, I recommend you to start with Adrian's course. Okay, so buy the architect and professional bundle together. So go for the architect first and then move over to the professional. Okay, so another thing, like this is the study material. Now I am moving over to the practice test which you will give. So to my knowledge, the John Bonzo's ones, which are available in Udemy, and Neil Davis's 6 slot tests, which are also a part of the Udemy, are very important, and those are close to real time difficulty questions. So that will again test your skills, means and there is sync up with the actual exams. So those two are at par with your exams and will definitely benefit you in your exam times. Another thing, guys, I repeat this for all those guys who reach out to me for my suggestions or my views of this certification, that book your exam. Believe me guys, once you book your exam, you are halfway there. Okay, so once you book your exam, it will actually give you a benchmark, or actually give you a timeline, that I have to prepare myself within that timeline. So, and that is when you will give your actual effort, you will give your actual efficiency or throughput to this to the study which you are doing. Okay, so see, to my knowledge, this will take around 3 to 4 months if you are preparing for the Solution Architect Professional, and it may take 4 to 6 months based on whether you are going for the architect first and then professional. So do not book it right away, or do not book it since the day one you are starting the courses, but once you feel that okay, you are understanding, you are starting to grab the concepts, then and there book your exam, because that's when you put the actual effort, okay, or you put the actual efficiency to your study. Now the next service of AWS which I have seen, like, requires a very deep understanding, is DNS. Okay, a DNS as a service, or a Route 53. So to understand Route 53, you have to understand the theory with which DNS resolution works, or the concept of root zone, name servers, root zone file, how does when a particular site is being searched from a client, how does the delegation of that domain names work between the different name servers? How does the delegation flows from the root zone to the actual server? How does it retrieves or it queries those name server records or the alias records? So for that, the DNS, understanding DNS is very vital. So that is again why I recommend those courses. It is a deep dive, it is an exhaustive course, but believe me, you won't repent it. Okay, so once you go through the videos, you will see you will be able to connect the dots, and it's all about connecting the dots together, which will as a whole be a very beneficial aspect to you. Okay, then some of the things which I could remember now at the top of my head, like which you require a deep understanding, is IAM roles switching, STS, generation of temporary security credentials, and then SCP, AWS organizations, service control policies, okay, CloudFront, elastic load balancers, how does a load balancer function, Lambda @ edge, then your AWS shield protection, which helps you in DDoS, mitigating DDoS attacks, then web application firewalls, okay, then the database service as a whole, like RDS, Aurora, DynamoDB, eventual consistency, strongly consistent records, eventual consistent records. What are these? These are a very important. Okay, and what is what is a resilient service? What service you will call as highly available service? Which services can be called as global service? Like, what are the differences between CloudFront and Global Accelerator? So these are only 10% which I have covered, because there are 90% many service which you require to understand, to have a deep understanding. Now the next portion is the DNS, the hybrid section of AWS. Like what is a VPN? How do I set up a VPN? What is a virtual private gateway? What is a customer gateway? What is a transit gateway? How do I set up a direct connect gateway? How do I set up peering between VPCs? These are very important again. Then the storage gateway portion, like the volume gateway, the file gateway, the tape gateways, then infrastructure as a service, CloudFormation, okay, then deciphering between JSON and YAML templates, seeing a policy statements and understanding how does that actually ends up in giving the users or roles or the principals the permissions with which it will access the AWS services. Then the Cognito section, SSO, single sign-on, SAML federation. Again, these all are very important topics. Okay, so obviously reach out to me. I'll share my email ID, I'll share my LinkedIn profile details. You can always reach out to me for any type of queries or any type of difficulties you will face during your journey, and to my best I'll try according to my capability to the extent which I could help you. Okay, and lastly, see, I would recommend you to appear for the solution architect associate first, because buy the architect bundle first, go for it. Once you clear it, you will get the encouragement, you will get the confidence, okay, and you will get, most importantly, a 50% off voucher on your next exam. That is, you can use it for your professional one, and also you will get a free lab credit, okay, and also the free voucher for the official practice test for professional. Okay, so that's how many doors will be opened once you provide the associate one. Okay, and then you can gradually move over to the professional one, taking these all benefits. Practice building up VPCs, practice building up private subnets, public subnets, incorporating or embedding an internet gateway to connect to and making the subnet public. How do I connect to an on-prem? I mean, on-prem you will not be able to set up, but yeah, you can set up the simulation environment by which you can connect from your AWS to the on-premises, I mean the non-premises zones. Okay, So hands-on is very important for this professional examination. And why I recommend is, if you give the hands-on, because professional, the depth of knowledge is far more and the domain is also far more. So theoretical, it will not help you to remember that much. Once you deep dive and help and get your hands dirty with building up those VPCs, the networking models, then it means building up a highly available or highly resilient service, you will have that confidence to go for your next certifications. Okay, so let me keep it short. So these are all the small tips and you can say small suggestions from me which you could follow for pursuing your upcoming AWS certifications. And I always do reach out to me. I am always available here. I am always available in LinkedIn. You can ping me. If I cannot answer right at that moment, I'll get back to you. I'll probably answer to your queries over email. Okay, and below given are my ID details and all, you will get it. Okay, and best of luck guys for your cloud journey that you will pursue. And again, give your heart to it. Study with effective study is very necessary. You have to study smartly for that. Build up your basics, because that's where your whole the other portions will be based upon. Okay, so this is all about what I felt I shared with you all. So with this hope in mind, I'll going to probably end this session here. You can always keep in touch with me. So this is Shayan signing off finally for this time. Be in touch. I'll be coming up, or I'll be back with my next video very soon. Okay, till that time, keep in touch, and below given are my details. Thank you guys.